Guys, it's Chris, aka Beauty and the Vape. We are here at the Very Vocal Vapor booth in Cleveland at Midwest Vape Expo Day 1, having a good time. We're dropping stuff here. So we have a special guest with us today, and she wants to tell her vape story. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ayla.
So Ayla, when did you start smoking?
I started smoking when I was about 14. I started regularly smoking where it was like a habit about 17, where I was buying about pack a day, pack every 2 days. So
Once you got a job and could pay for it?
yeah, pretty much, right?
You didn't have to steal it from people? And when did you start vaping?
I started vaping a little over a year ago.
And what is your favorite, or what did you quit with? What flavor?
Oh man, I quit with Stretzel by Redcap would be the flavor I quit with, because I like the fact that we have different flavors, because sometimes menthol and tobacco flavors remind me of having a cigarette, and I don't want to be reminded of having a cigarette. So that's why I like fruity and bakery and stuff like that, you know?
A lot of people are that way too, and it's really important.
I just don't want to think about, I don't want to think of, like, be reminded to have it, triggered to have a cigarette. So it's like, I'll stick with what I know vaping wise, you know?
Exactly. And you guys know I've been saying it, the flavor survey, fill it out, you know, all that other stuff. It's really important. That's why we're talking about it. And so what's your favorite flavor at the moment?
At the moment, I have to go with Lazarus's honey cone. It's been my all day.
What is that?
It's a honey waffle cone with cream. Yeah, and it has a real exotic kind of acquired taste that I'm just in love with lately. So yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds up my alley.
It's
I'm a
good.
desserty person.
It's good, yeah. So
And do you remember what device of nicotine strength you first started on?
I started with an RX200 and an Arctic V8 tank with 3 milligrams of nicotine. But I was still smoking cigarettes at the same time I was vaping up until 3 months ago. Okay. Yeah, so.
And you're still on 3 nicotine now?
Yep, I'm on 3 nicotine. Sometimes I'll use a pod device or salt nic, and I'll use anywhere from 35 milligrams to 50 every once in a while when I'm just, you know, not as much as I hit my regular direct lung device, but I carry these around with me. You never know when it gets stressful, you know, so.
Right. And you got one of those cool wraps on there.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
My wife actually picked it out for me, so it's a Louis Vuitton Tiffany blue wrap.
That's cool. And that's what I was going to ask is, do you dual use?
Do I smoke and vape? Not anymore. Since January 15th, I have been tobacco free. So, yeah.
And so what made you, and the reason I ask that question is a lot of people feel ashamed and they don't even want to like really ask.
Right.
And I try to explain to people, I'm like, listen, there's no, first of all, there's no judgments at all. And second of all, it's like people need to understand that it's not a magic wand. It's not, you know, you have to work at it as with everything until you find your perfect flavor, your perfect atomizer, your perfect whatever, you know what I mean? And every time you vape, you're not having a cigarette. So.
Right, exactly. And also, just for people who are interested in quitting smoking and stuff, like I said, I first started using 3 milligrams of regular free-base nicotine when I started vaping, but when I planned to quit smoking, I got into high milligrams of salt nic, anywhere from like 25 milligrams to 50, and that's what got me off cigarettes. So I went up real high in nicotine, got off cigarettes, then I started to come off the pod device and go back to my direct lung, so.
That's very good advice. So did you try to use any other methods like Chantix or the patch or anything like that?
I've never tried anything else, no. So, yeah. Now
I'm going to have to get loud. I'm going to have to get really close to your mouth with this microphone. I apologize. So what changes in the quality of your life have you noticed since you started vaping?
Walking up the stairs, I'm not out of breath is something I've noticed. And just little things, you know what I mean? Like when I used to hit my vaping device when I was smoking and vaping, I get real out of breath. But now, you know what I mean? I'm not out of breath anymore. It's a slow, but I've seen the change in 3 months even. So I can't imagine what like a year is going to do, you know? So, yeah.
Actually, that's really good, too. If you think about three months of your life, and it's not that long of a time frame in relevance. So that's really good. And so if there was one thing that you could tell your state representative as to why vaping needs to stay, I know we could probably talk about this forever, right. But if there's like one most important thing that you think they need to hear, what would it be?
Well, it's hard to quit cigarettes cold turkey, straight up come off of them and have nothing. This is a way healthier alternative where you don't have to cut the whole hand to mouth and blowing the smoke out without, and you're getting, it's 95, they say, percent less harmful. So, I mean, you still have the fun. It's also a wonderful hobby if you want to get into it that way too. And I mean, it's just the next big, better thing. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we know it works as opposed to so many people, I'm sure you've heard too, that have tried the patch, had side effects, or it didn't work, or the gum or the drugs or whatever, and had horrible side effects and it didn't work. We know this works. Look there's a whole crowd of people here.
And also, I had no desire to quit smoking until I learned about vaping. I remember I'm like, I've done so much harmful stuff in my past. It won't matter if I smoke cigarettes. I was like, I'll just smoke them forever. But then I never had a desire to quit. Then I saw vaping and I'm like, oh, I can still have the hand to mouth, the blowing out vapor type thing without all the horrible consequences. You know what I mean? So it just, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Why not? So.
Well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time, sitting down and, doing your part. Because, everyone turns around and thanks me, and I'm like, no, you have to thank the people that sit in my chair, because it's about you guys. It's about you.
This is important stuff for our community. If we want to continue vaping and vaping the way we are, this is the stuff we need to stand up for. So,
well, you're awesome for doing your part. Thank you. Thanks.